Hello, everyone, and welcome to Akron Buzz. Our guest in the studio, this is a very interesting topic we're going to be discussing today. Don King, the mushroom hunter. Don, thanks for being with us.
I'm glad to be here.
And I was looking at what you do, and I was looking at the Facebook page, and tell me about taking people out into the field and picking mushrooms, and how did this get started? You have a real passion, and this is certainly something you're very enthusiastic about.
Oh, for sure.
Tell me about being the mushroom hunter.
Well, I started maybe, 15 years ago, just being really interested in the mushrooms that were just growing in my yard. And I would see dozens of different kinds every year. And of course, I was not, at that point, brave enough to try any of them or to even pick them. I got a field guide, started learning a few different kinds here and there, and basically just started really slowly working them into my dishes. So I would start to find these wild mushrooms, I would positively ID them, cook them, found that lots of them taste way better than the ones you get in the store. Mm-hmm. So many different flavors and textures you get out in the wild, and it just kind of sort of blossomed from there.
This is why you are a wild food enthusiast.
Exactly.
The title, chef and wild food enthusiast. And so educate us on the danger. That people go out into the field with you, and they pay a fee, they go out with you, and then I saw at West Branch State Park,
sure,
you can be out there and you can find mushrooms that are edible.
Hundreds of edible mushrooms. So I think so far I'm up to about 90 different species that I've found and eaten just in Ohio here.
Wow.
And there are many more that have eluded me. But yeah, it's, I take people out, generally a group of maybe 15, 14 people at the most, and we just kind of walk through the woods. And West Branch State Park is, they actually allow mushroom harvesting there. So one of the reasons that I like to stick to state parks versus the Cuyahoga Valley National Park and metro parks where you're not allowed to harvest anything.
Right.
So yeah, I just take people out and we just sort of walk through the woods. We find mushrooms. I try to identify it as best I can. We have thousands of mushrooms here in Ohio, so we do run across quite a few that I am not familiar with, or that I just can tell by by my knowledge that they're not going to be edible, but they can still be very interesting. And we generally, come back with, dozens of edible mushrooms that people can then take home and eat themselves.
Are you also having seminars on cooking? And,
yes.
And how to prepare, and 1,000 different ways to prepare the mushrooms. How does that go? What was your background in cooking and being a chef before you?
So yeah, I've just had a passion for cooking ever since I guess I was in high school, and I don't work full time as a chef, but I've catered weddings and small events around town, and so it just kind of worked. They worked their way into those type of events. I do mushroom camps also, where we camp the entire weekend and we do all these mushroom hunts, and that's where I can really cook these mushrooms for people, and they can sort of taste them fresh, like picked from the ground that day. So it's pretty amazing.
Why would anybody be afraid of mushrooms, or how do you educate, or somebody might, there's a legitimate cause to be,
certainly.
Hey, we probably shouldn't be eating this mushroom.
100%. So yeah, we do have, there are not very many, there are just a few deadly mushrooms that do grow in Ohio and across the United States.
So this isn't something people should be going out. Let's have the disclaimer here.
Yes.
Do not try this on your own.
No, don't
there
try
is
it
a
on,
legitimate danger.
Exactly. Without a reputable field guide or somebody that's going to sort of mentor you along the way, there are definitely things you have to be careful about. But those are, once you know the 3 or so deadly ones, you know. And there are lots of mushrooms that are also toxic, and they'll at worst you'll get like a stomach upset, which of course we still want to avoid those as well.
Right.
But just I think there is a lot of we call it mycophobia. It's the fear of mushrooms that's sort of put in you from toadstools to death angels destroying whatever.
If there's some element of danger, people might find it even more appealing, perhaps.
Exactly.
I don't know.
There's
That's why it's,
there is a little bit of a
this is
draw.
kind of on the edge, because
exactly.
How would people find you? What's a good way for people to find you? Your website?
themushroomhunter.com, and I'm on Facebook as The Mushroom Hunter. So yeah, my website, I have a bunch of videos on there, and you know, and some galleries of different kind of mushrooms, and of course all my events are listed on there as well.
Sure. Well, very good. Well, thank you for being with us. Thanks for sharing the story, and appreciate your time here today. And appreciate your time watching Don King, the Mushroom Hunter, here on Akron Buzz. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.